Going to be the Pisces reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for April. A few things just before we kind of get into the reading. First of all, the sun is really bright in here today, so I apologize if you can't see some of the cards. I hope you can. Hopefully you'll be able to. I just feel like it's really kind of blinding at the moment. So there's a lot of kind of dark and light, so hopefully you can see everything. Second thing is, if you're returning, thank you very much. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Mother Moon Tarot. So a few things. We are moving from Pisces season into Aries season on the 20th of March. So just before April starts. So going from very kind of like going with the flow. So our energy, Pisces energy, going with the flow, emotions, feelings, a little bit wishy-washy, kind of like very relaxed kind of energies. And then going into Aries, which is very different, which is very much this is what I want. This is what I'm going to get. I'm off to do it. Very headstrong, kind of like kind of energy. So very polar kind of differences there. So, but it's a good thing, I think, because especially considering we have Mercury retrograde as well, which finishes up on, I think it's the 27th or the 28th of March. It goes direct. So all that kind of like holding back, those setbacks, that kind of waiting, that things going wrong, issues kind of coming up, people coming back from the past, old karma kind of coming back into play a little bit, just to mess with you. Issues with technology and kind of technological kind of items, things like that. I don't know about you, but I definitely felt Mercury retrograde really kind of disrupted my kind of stuff. I had a lot of problems with my recording, my videos not uploading properly, my phone not working properly as well. A lot of people kind of coming back in as well, so that I haven't heard of from in a long time. So a lot of that sort of stuff. So we're coming out of that energy on the 27th, 28th. However, time is energy and energy is fluid. So I definitely would say that, you know, that Mercury retrograde energy can linger for up to 1 to 2 weeks after that, after it goes direct. So you might be seeing in, you know, April, you know, the first couple of weeks of April, that things are still a little bit kind of like Mercury retrograde-y almost. I've definitely been seeing it in a lot of the other readings I've done for April for the other signs. So just be aware of that. That's all. But yeah, good moving forward, coming out of Pisces season and into Aries season. It's brilliant. We also then have a full moon in Libra on the 20th, I think. Yeah, I think it's the 20th. It's the spring equinox. And the full moon in Libra. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a collective reading for that, but I'm not too sure, but I'll see. So yeah, just a few things to be aware of before we kind of go into the reading. So I was meditating on your energy before I came on camera, Pisces, and I am also a fellow Pisces sun. Well, actually, I've got Pisces 4 times in my chart, so I am very water energy and Pisces-y. So I resonate a lot with these readings as well. So I was meditating on your energy before I came on camera, and I got the numbers 27 and 8. So if you're into numerology, or if you want to know more about those numbers and what they mean for you, please have a little look online. There's a wealth of information on different websites to do with the meanings and what those numbers mean for you. So check those out if you feel inclined to. Also, guys, just be aware as well that, you know, not all messages are going to resonate for everyone. If they resonate with you, then brilliant, take them with you. If they don't resonate with you, then just throw them out, just forget them. It's just not for you at this time. I would say check out your moon and rising signs if you do know what they are, because those readings might be able to give you a little bit more clarification into situations you're dealing with at the moment, more so than your sun sign. You know, I'm a Gemini moon, and I definitely resonate a lot with the moon readings or the Gemini readings that I do as well. So just feel free to check those out as well. So yes, where are we? Numbers, I've got those out. The other thing that I heard for you was that whatever it is that you've been waiting for, or you've been manifesting, or you've been wanting to come into play, that is starting to play out now. Okay, so that is starting to come to fruition. So brilliant. If that definitely resonates with me. So I'm hoping that is definitely going to be true, but we'll see what comes out in the cards anyway, for you in April. Okay, so I'm feeling very much an energy of, just with the cards for you guys Pisces, I'm feeling very much an energy of hurry up, let's get going. Hurry up, let's get going. You know, you want to get moving with something, where you want something to get on course. There's almost like a little bit of anxiety towards it. That's what I'm picking up on anyway, but we'll see. Okay, so what does Pisces need to know for April, please, angels? What does Pisces need to know for April? What does Pisces need to know for April, please? What does Pisces need to know for April? What does Pisces need to know for April, please? What does Pisces need to know for April? Pisces needs to know for April, please. What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know for April, please? That one is coming out. What does Pisces need to know for April? Pisces needs to know. Pisces needs to know for April. What does Pisces need to know for April? What does Pisces need to know for April, please? What does Pisces need to know for April? Okay, means we'll cut the deck. Again. This time you just take 3 and shuffle for one more. There we go. See? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it's going to take a moment to flip over the cards and take a look for you, and see what's kind of coming in for you. You don't have to wait for this. You can skip ahead to the main part of the reading if you want to. It's just that I like to take a few minutes just to kind of take in the messages and put them together for you properly for you guys. So okay, all right. So your underlying energy, Pisces, was the Justice card. So I definitely feel like whatever it is that you've been wanting to happen, or you've been trying to manifest, in the last, I feel like in the last couple of months, the last little while anyway, you are going to start seeing, like I said, with that message that I got through, whatever it is that you've been manifesting and wanting to kind of to work for you, it's going to start playing out. So with the Justice card being in your underlying energy here, the bottom of the deck, I definitely feel like that is going to get balanced out. You know, that balance is coming. So whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest, those things you're going to get, you know, justice is going to be served for those things. So that balance is going to be restored. So you may have been feeling a little bit off kilter recently, a little bit unbalanced, a little bit unsure, a little bit hazy about things. That balance is coming back in. So that's a really nice energy to be starting off the month with. I really like that for you guys. Okay, so the first card that you got out was the Queen of Swords in reverse. So the Queen of Swords being in reverse, I definitely feel like this is definitely you. You know, she's a court card, she's a queen. I feel like there's definitely your own energy. I feel like in the upright position, the Queen of Swords is she is very firm in her knowing, in her thoughts and in her logic of how she wants things to go. You can see it's almost like that Aries, it's almost like that Aries energy of, I know exactly what I want, I'm going to go for it, and I have my thoughts and my logic to get there. You know, so it's almost like that Aries energy. So I definitely feel like this is you. Now, like I said, this is kind of having that conviction and having that knowing of wanting to move forward and how you're going to do it, with the thoughts and the logic there. However, I do feel like this is in reverse. So I do feel like kind of coming into the start of April, that you're still feeling a little bit hazy. You're still a little bit unsure. You're still a little bit unclear as to how you want things to, or how you feel things are going to work out for you. I feel like you've been doing a lot of manifesting, you've been doing a lot of, putting a lot of work into trying to move forward with the things that you want to work out in your favor. So any situations or creative projects or anything that you've been manifesting, You've been trying very hard to kind of put those in place, but you feel like they're just not working out. So I feel like almost like your intuition may have been off a little bit. Your you're almost like your leadership qualities in your own life, or your leading yourself forward kind of qualities or abilities kind of felt a little bit off kilter, especially with that Mercury retrograde energy. Like I said, it kind of coming out of Mercury retrograde on the 28th. And then starting to dissipate with it, those kind of first couple of weeks in April are still going to have those kind of energies lingering. So I do feel like that has got to do with this kind of state of confusion, not being 100% sure, feeling a little bit kind of off balance, and not knowing exactly how to kind of manifest those things, or how to see those things come to fruition. The second card you got then out, however, then is the Fool. Definitely a Pisces card. The Fool is 0. It's the start of a new cycle, start of a new kind of situation. So definitely I feel like where there was that kind of uncertainty and not being sure of things, you're definitely still taking that leap of faith. It's almost like you were a little bit unsure, but in true Pisces fashion, you're taking a leap of faith into the unknown, and you're just going to go with the flow and let see where that just see where the energies take you. So there's definitely that kind of that energy about at the very start of kind of April, not knowing really where things are going to take you, but taking that leap of faith anyway and just going with the flow. And if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, well, there'll be other situations. So yeah, I feel like that's definitely you. It's very much a Pisces kind of energy generally anyway, of kind of going with the flow of things, and kind of taking that leap of faith. So yeah, what I like as well is the fact that this card is actually looking, when I have it out in the spread here, that card is actually looking at this kind of Queen of Swords. So it's like, regardless of me feeling a little bit confused and a little bit unsure in how things are going to play out, I'm going to take that leap of faith anyway, and I'm just going to go ahead and do what I always do, and hopefully things will work out for the best. So the third card you got out then was the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands usually in the upright is to do with a guy kind of coming home with his, being victorious, coming back from battle and being victorious in this battle. You can see the victory kind of band on the top of his wand there, and he's moving back. He's moving. He's on a horse. So it's moving home or coming back from battle with a victorious kind of attitude, or being victorious in a situation. However, this is in reverse. So I do feel like this victory, or this kind of this victory in a situation, or something that you've been wanting to manifest, or something that you've been wanting to kind of get going, that is just going to take that little bit longer. It's not here just yet, okay? Especially, like I said, with that Mercury retrograde energy still lingering at the first half of April, I do feel like there's almost a setback and still a little bit of waiting to do before that victorious kind of situation comes into play, or before that manifestation gets kicked into play, all right? Again, then you have the Three of Cups in reverse for your fourth card, and again, I feel like this is Mercury retrograde again, still playing a little bit of havoc. So normally this would mean celebration with family and friends, or a loved one, because cups are all about loved ones, to do with relationships, emotions and feelings. Relationships with a partner, a friend, family member, or a group of people. In this one, you can see there's 3 women celebrating. So I do feel like this energy is coming into play for you, but because of the Mercury retrograde energy still lingering a little bit, there is still a little bit of delay in that celebration. So if this is to do with a love situation, I actually do feel like this is for you guys. This is to do with a love situation, or to do with like a relationship. I do feel like there is still a little bit of a delay in that celebration that you want, or that outcome, that happy outcome that you want for this relationship. You're just going to have to wait a little bit longer for that to come into play, because those Mercury retrograde kind of energies are still lingering. So there's just a little bit of a blockage still in that respect. So just wait a little bit longer. Pisces are always very good at, very patient and very good at being at waiting. We may not always be the most patient with some people or some situations, because we are fishes. We like to kind of just dart change direction at any moment. But when it comes to our manifestations, and when it comes to putting things into play in our lives, we have the patience of a saint, and we could wait forever. So I do feel like, you know, this won't be too hard for you. You can feel that it's coming. I feel like in your intuition, you already know that this is going to turn around for you and it is coming into play, but you just got to wait that little bit longer, and you're happy to do so. The next card that you got out then was the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords came in reverse as well. So again, I feel, I don't know about you guys, but Mercury retrograde has really been kicking my ass, and I felt it really heavily in a lot of ways. And I am a Pisces, so I do feel like if you're a Pisces, if Mercury retrograde has been really kind of heavy for you guys, I feel like this energy might take longer to play out, or might take longer to kind of dissipate after it's gone direct than for some other signs. So it might, instead of taking maybe like one week or kind of 2 weeks before it kind of dissipates, it might take to like the third week of April for you guys to start feeling like that Mercury retrograde kind of is lifting. So just take it how it is for you guys. What I'm picking up in this reading is that it feels like almost like the third week in April that you guys are starting to feel that lift, because there's a lot of cards in reverse here and a lot of kind of like waiting for new things to kind of pan out. So I do feel like it's just taking a little bit longer than maybe some other signs. The reason I say that is because I have the Ten of Swords in reverse here. So the Ten of Swords usually in the upright is to do with a lot of heavy burdens or issues or things and situations that were very burdensome, very painful, very hard to deal with, weighing on your shoulders heavily. A lot of those situations kind of, or being, backstabbed, or, a lot of those hurtful situations weighing heavily, but coming out. 10 is a completion of a cycle. So those are starting to kind of come out now, and those are starting to be released. However, it did come out in the reverse. So I do feel like it's almost like you're going to have to wait a little longer for those kind of burdens, those issues, those kind of those painful kind of issues to dissipate, or to start coming to kind of come out of you, or to kind of dissipate. So I do feel like there's a little bit of delay in that happening for you. Like I said, I do feel like it could be, after the third week of April, or kind of maybe longer. It's just taking a little bit longer for you to kind of come out of that energy than some others. But it is going to happen. It's just going to take a little bit longer because 10 is a completion of a cycle, no matter whether it's in the upright or in the reverse. It is an ending of a cycle, so it just might take a little bit longer for those hurts or those issues to kind of come away. So in saying that, then what I love about this reading is this could also be to do with just before I move on, this, like I said, this was to do, I felt like this was to do with a love situation. Cups could also be a creative project or a creative endeavor. So if this was to do with a love situation or a creative project that you were wanting to get lifted off the ground, I do feel like those hurts, those pains, that pain that you may have been involved in to do with a love relationship or a relationship between friends and family, or even like those setbacks or that pain or that anguish or those fears about a creative project or getting a creative project off the ground. Any of those things, like I said, these are kind of going to be released, but it's just that it's going to take a little bit longer. So it could be to do with the love. These swords could be to do with that love situation or a creative project. Okay. Then the last card you got out, and I love this for you. I love it. Okay, so you got the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is, to me as a reader, that is a stopping to smell the roses, life is beautiful, and the reconciliation card. So it's balance. So you got 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So 3 and 3, 6. So yeah, definitely a card of reconciliation. You can see the two people here are exchanging a cup, and they are stopping to smell the flowers that are in them. So it's all about the beauty of realizing realizing the balance that you do have in your life, realizing the yeah, that the six cups that you do have in your life that are full of beauty and love and abundance and, you know, beautiful flowers and foliage. So it's recognizing that you have that, stopping to smell the roses, enjoying life. Life is good, realizing that life is good, and really kind of enjoying being in the moment. But also to do with the balance. So the three cups and the three cups of the balance of love, the balance of abundance, the balance of love. So emotions and feelings as well. So the balance of emotions and feelings and love, and definitely reconciliation. So this to me can sometimes speak to a soulmate connection or a twin flame situation, whereby there could be that reconciliation. So like I was saying earlier, if you have been manifesting something to do with love, or to do with a creative project or a passionate project that you have, and you've been having issues to do with that, or heartbreak or pain or setbacks, or, you know, fears and worries to do with that love situation or that kind of creative passionate project, whatever that is, once that there turns, once Mercury goes direct and those things start to turn around, they are going to turn around, because you've got that reconciliation card, that stopping to smell the roses, that balance in abundance, that balance in love, emotions and feelings in life. So definitely a beautiful card to end the reading with, your main reading with anyway. So I really love that for you guys. And like I said, that message that I got earlier of, you know, what you've been wanting and manifesting is starting to play out. That definitely speaks to that. So brilliant. Love it. And I'm a fellow Pisces, so that's so. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a little look. Do I want to clarify any of these cards? I want to clarify. Yeah. I think I might just clarify that Six of Cups. No, I'm going to clarify the Three of Cups, and then I'm going to clarify the Six of Cups. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Also, I just want to quickly nip back to this, where I was talking about this kind of coming into play, this kind of balance and this kind of reconciliation. Your underlying energy was the Justice card. So whatever it was, whatever this pain was, whatever this kind of issues, fears, burdens and loss, heartache, whatever that was, justice is being served for that. And then there's that balance, that reconciliation, or that stopping to smell the roses and enjoying life kind of card. So it's definitely coming for you. So, okay, I'm going to clarify the Three of Cups. So why is the Three of Cups here for Pisces, please? Why is the Three of Cups in reverse here for Pisces? Ooh, yes, absolutely. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that Three of Cups, that celebration of love, emotions, feelings, or that celebration of that creative project or that creative endeavor that you want to get started with, that blockage or that kind of setback or that waiting for that to kind of turn around, that is coming, because to clarify that, you've got the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is all about union, two people coming together with love, in love, or a partnership, or a unity, and exchanging cups with each other. So exchanging love, exchanging creative ideas, exchanging creative projects. This could be a business partnership, to do with a creative project you've been wanting to lift off the ground. It could be to do with a love situation or a romantic kind of partnership as well. So definitely that is going to turn around for you, because you've got the Two of Cups here to clarify that Three of Cups. So you go from the two to the three kind of thing. Okay, so beautiful. Okay, and I wanted to clarify the Six of Cups. So definitely a lot to do with love here for you. There doesn't seem to be, it's all to do with creative projects, creative pursuits, and love. That's what it feels like here. There's a little bit of heartache obviously with that Ten of Swords there, and a little bit of kind of wanting that victory kind of energy to come in, but by the by, overall there's a lot to do with love here and a lot to do with creative projects. So you may be really pushing forward with these creative projects that you've been manifesting recently, and I definitely feel like whatever they are, they are definitely the ones that you've held close to your heart for a very long time. They may be even things to do with like creative projects or gifts that you have had for a very long time that you may be getting back in touch with, you know, and you know, trying to put those into play and trying to manifest those into like a career for yourself, or into like into coming into play for you and being able to do those creative projects or use those gifts that you have or those talents that you have. It might be a little bit painful because it might be almost like you buried it for so long that, you know, you're trying to pull those swords out almost to be able to feel like you can have the confidence to do those things again. Like I said, you may have buried it for a long time. So whatever it is, though, that Two of Cups, you know, you're going to come into union with that gift or that creative project, and it's going to move full steam ahead with those Six of Cups there. Anyway, right, okay, let's clarify the Six of Cups. So why is the Six of Cups here for Pisces in April, please? Why is the Six of Cups here for Pisces in April? Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so the Six of Cups was clarified by the Ten of Wands. Okay, so the Ten of Wands is all to do with, you can see, look, he's carrying a very heavy, you know, parcel or bag of like heavy wands, okay, on his back for a very long time. And it's going to be a long time till he gets to this village, this village in the background here, that he's trying, or his destination that he's trying to get to. So I feel like for a very long time, Pisces, you have been carrying some heavy burdens on your back, some heavy issues, some heavy problems, heavy issues, heavy thoughts, emotions, feelings. You've been carrying a lot on your shoulders recently, a lot of burdens. You may have kind of gone through a period of possible like kind of depression or sadness, or just a down period in the last little while. Where you really felt like things weren't going to work out. And you may have been, like I said, manifesting and wanting, you know, those manifestations to kind of come into play, you know, wanting to take that leap of faith and wanting those manifestations to come into a victorious situation, having to deal with all those burdens and those pains, that fear and those issues. You've been carrying a lot on your back recently, but the fact that, you know, you got this Six of Cups card for the end of your reading, it means that those things are going away. So 10 is completion of a cycle. So these heavy burdens are being released now, and you're stepping into that. Because of those heavy burdens, because you carried them for so long, because you manifested, because you put the work in, because you worked through all those things that you needed to work through. I feel like this has got to do with that kind of karmic energy as well. So any karmic karma that bad karma that you've kind of been trying to release, it's definitely coming to the end of a cycle with that 10. And then this Six of Cups is coming in to replace that. So that happy smelling the roses, stopping to smell the roses, you know, the balance kind of cups being full of abundance, and that reconciliation, you know, in love, emotions, feelings, creative projects and creative endeavors. That's all starting to come together for you because you put the time in and you work through all these issues, these burdens for yourself. So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful energy. And it really fits in exactly, like I said, with what I was kind of getting through in the meditation that I did before the actual reading, which was, you know, what you've been waiting for and what you've been manifesting is starting to play out now. So it's definitely, yeah, those burdens are starting to come to a close. That cycle is coming to a close, and these new kind of this new life almost is coming into play for you. So it's just beautiful, really, really nice. It's a beautiful reading, guys. And being a fellow Pisces, I couldn't ask for more either. So I'm really, really glad. Like I said, there is still like kind of a little bit of that kind of setback and a little bit of that kind of like waiting for that Mercury retrograde energy to kind of play out. Like I said, it might take a little bit longer for you guys. I definitely feel like for myself, it may take a little bit longer just because Mercury retrograde kind of really played heavily out with me. But just take it how it resonates. It may be quicker for you guys. But a little bit of delay with that Mercury retrograde kind of waiting to kind of move out, and then things are starting to move forward. So beautiful, really nice. Okay, I'm going to do some oracle cards for you guys. I'm going to do the Moonology deck, this one here. I just want to say it was my birthday recently, and my cousin got me this deck. It is beautiful, beautiful deck. The Moonology deck. I'll put all the information about the decks that I use below in the description box anyway, so you guys can find out if you ever want to know what decks are which or where to get them. But yeah, my cousin got this for me for my birthday, so I just want to give it a really beautiful shout out to Ashleen. Thank you so much for buying me this. I really love it, and I've been wanting it for a very long time, so you know me well, girl. Okay, so let's have a little look. So what does Pisces need to know for April, please? What does Pisces need to know for April? What does Pisces need to know for April? I'm going to take that one, and I'm also going to pull this one because I feel like this one's jumping out. Oh, I love it already. Okay, right. Okay, so the first one that fell out, funnily enough, was the full moon in Pisces. Okay, so very apt considering it's for Pisces. And it says balance, spirituality and practicality. Absolutely. And that's come out the whole way through your reading. So it's balancing that manifestation that you've been doing, and that kind of that manifesting that you've been doing for a long time in order to get through those burdens. It's all that manifestation, all that kind of like gearing up for the things that you want, and that hard work that you've been putting in. That is, you know, you've been balancing that with putting it into reality and putting it into practical, tangible things in the 3D world. So you've been balancing your spirituality and your practicality in terms of setting your intentions, manifesting, and then putting those into action in terms of, you know, there's no point in anyone ever manifesting something, and trying to have that manifestation when they're not going to put in the practical work in the 3D world, because that's never going to come into, that's never going to work. You need to have the intention and you need to have the action. So definitely balancing your spirituality and the practicality. That is going to help you to kind of push forward, and those things are going to start to play out for you. So yeah, that what you've been wanting and what you've been manifesting is going to start playing out. It's a beautiful energy, matches the reading so well. And also, it was for you, it's Pisces. Beautiful. Okay, so the next one then I got was a waxing moon, and it says the energy is gaining momentum. Absolutely. And what I love about this is to do this moon here is definitely, it's very similar to the moon that you get in the traditional tarot deck, where you have like a full moon, but then you kind of got like a kind of like a corn moon here, or like a thin moon, and then but you can see the rest of it. So it kind of similar to the symbology on the other card. So I definitely feel like this has got to do with going into your intuition, getting in touch with your intuition. The moon is very much to do with your intuition anyway. In the traditional tarot deck, that is what it means, but also that with this being a moonology deck and all the cards having moons on them, it's definitely a deck of, really getting in touch with your intuition before being able to put things into tangible kind of action. So yeah, I feel like you need to go within. Again, that's to do with manifestation, and really kind of honing that in and manifesting as much as you can, so you can kind of reap the rewards and see that come into play. Also, what I love here is that there are two birds, and there was definitely, like I said, an energy of that unity. So that kind of love relationship, or that unity with somebody else coming into play, and then having that kind of balance in a relationship, that reconciliation card as well. So there's definitely that unity represented here as well. So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, so